If you often need to view or copy information from an entry while working in a remote session, you've probably noticed that Remote Desktop Manager automatically jumps back to the Dashboard tab every time you click an entry. If you'd like to change that behavior, there's a simple setting just for that. Start by heading to File, then Settings, then under User Interface, go ahead and select Tree View. Here, we'll want to look for Autofocus Dashboard. You'll see three options you can choose from. You can either set it to Always, Left Click Only, or Never. Let's walk through what each option does. Starting with option 1, let's set it to Always. Now with Always selected, any interaction, left click or right click, or selecting an item in the navigation pane automatically switches focus back to the Dashboard tab. So for example, if I have multiple remote sessions open, if I go and click on the session here, any interaction in the navigation pane, if I left click an entry or right click a folder, you'll notice that the dashboard itself changes here. It automatically focuses on the Dashboard tab. Now let's go ahead and change it to left click only, which is now the default behavior. We'll go ahead and click on Save. With this option enabled, the dashboard will only autofocus when you left click an entry. That means a right click will not shift the focus on the dashboard. This is especially helpful if you're working in an active remote session and want to quickly right click entries in the tree to copy username or passwords without being pulled out of your session. So for example, let's go ahead and select endpoint 06 and we'll go ahead and left click the endpoint folder and you'll see it jumps back to the dashboard. Now, if I click on endpoint 06 again and I right click the endpoint folder, I'll be able to do any actions here. So let's say I could copy a username that I need to paste in my remote session and right away paste it here. Now, if we go ahead and change it to the third option, which is never, we'll go ahead and save. You'll notice that clicking entries in the navigation pane with left click or right click will never actually bring you back to the Dashboard tab automatically. You'll stay in your current session until you manually select the Dashboard tab yourself. So for example, if I select endpoint 06, which I'm already, I'll go ahead and left click the endpoint 03 remote session. And you'll notice that I'm staying on my active session, which is endpoint 06. It will also do the same if I right click endpoint 04. I can basically right click anything in the navigation pane, copy username or copy password, and I'm still on my active session here. Now, if you want to view the dashboard tab of the selected folder or entry in the navigation pane, you'll have to manually select the dashboard tab in here. There's also an alternative way to change it. You can also update this setting directly from the dashboard tab. Right click the dashboard tab here, and you'll see the autofocus dashboard option available there as well. Select the behavior you prefer. No need to open the settings window. So that's all you need to adjust the dashboard autofocus behavior to match your workflow. If you want to know more, feel free to consult our documentation and knowledge base articles.